Hi, today we're going to talk about breaking down definitions. This can be done in any sort of class. I use this all the time in social studies and in science because it really helps my kids understand what is this word really even mean and what does it look like. So this example right here is from the intermediate level and it's tool 2-3B. You can do this using this paper, or you can do it using your own loose leaf paper. I use it with loose leaf paper all the time because my kids can handle it, but I would really recommend something like this for first and second grade where it's already created and they don't have to do the folding and creating. So it's also probably in other, the green and the blue versions, but it's called Breaking Down Definitions. So we'll go over here to my science book. So when we have a lot of definitions in a lesson to digest, I like to have them create these breaking down definition pages. So to begin, if you would have a blank piece of paper, and this is the hardest part for my third graders. If you have kids that are older, maybe they're better at it, maybe they're not. But what they need to do is they need to do it in the slim burrito fold. You can call it whatever you want to, but that's what I call it. Open it up, they put 2 lines down there, they put their heading, whatever you want them to put there, and then it's word, definition, picture. So let's look at this one at a time. So what we would be doing is we would be reading, and what we would do is we would stop every time we got to a bold-faced word. So we had already talked about the definition of a circulatory system, so today we were just going to go through and talk about the different parts of it. So we stopped and we saw, oh, heart. Heart is a muscle that pumps blood. So then what we did is we said, okay, our word is heart. Well, what is the heart? Well, it's a muscle. So we have what I call the spaghetti and then the meatball. Well, tell me more about what is that special about that muscle. Well, it pumps blood. And then we drew a picture to go along with it. And so sometimes we use the pictures that are in here, or sometimes I will model a picture for the students as well. So then we kept going. A blood vessel is a tube that carries blood through the body. Well, our word is blood vessel. And what is a blood vessel? It's a tube. So we'll go down here. What does this tube do? It carries blood. And where is it? It's in your body. And we had been talking about how blood vessels only flow in one direction. So anything that makes them special or unique, you make sure that you do that with the spaghetti. The spaghetti and then the meatballs make it more unique. So I'll just show you the rest of my example page. We also talked about specific types of blood vessels, so arteries, capillaries, and veins. So we talked about what is different about each of those things and what is the same. Well, you can see that they're all blood vessels, but then what is it that they do? So that's one example. So that was on that lesson. Then we had another lesson later about how you could care for your circulatory system. So on this one, we talked about the different problems that can happen in your circulatory system, and then what does this problem mean? And then we drew little pictures along with it. So this is kind of an adapted form of the breaking down definitions. And then over here, when we were reading this, we saw, okay, there are different things that we can do to take care of our circulatory system. So we put those different things right there as well. So this is a little bit different of a version, but this is pretty traditional as far as the breaking down definitions.